Hi guys. Ah, welcome. Hang on. Gotta pour my drink. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm drinking. It's not rum and coke. Root beer. But I can't show the label. I can't. I'm gonna try my best to get through this video. It's on, yes. Get this video not sweating to death. I'm doing my shoots in Florida. I'm in one room, little apartment, and I got a window unit in the window to keep it cool in here because it's so hot in this house because I don't have central heating air because I can't afford it. So I got a little window unit and it cools it down just enough to be able to sleep and get by. But to have it on during the video, you hear something in the background. I'm trying not to do that. Anyway, on with that. So don't pity me. Don't feel sorry for me. It's just the way it is. It's just life. I eventually will get the money to get the air conditioning fixed in the house. I want to talk about isolation over community. Isolationism over, hang on. I need a drink. We're going into an isolated environment in our country and in the world. Everybody's online. You be in the grocery store. People got their babies. The babies are on the tablets. There's less community. And because of that, and I watched a really good special, and I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to put the link below to that special about why our brains are shrinking. For millions of years, we had to have fortitude. We had to fight. We had to struggle to find food. We had to travel. We had to think. We had to be creative. We had to be resilient to survive because we were primitive. And then when we became modern, we had all these modern conveniences. It's making it easier for us to live, which is taking away that ability for us to have to struggle. Like, how do you figure this out? How do you figure that? I remember my dad, my uncles in my generation, the baby boomers generation, because they came up through the Depression, they would always fix things. They'd fix the toaster, they'd fix the refrigerator, they'd fix the washer and dryer, they'd fix the garage door, they'd fix the car. We don't do that anymore. The generations now don't do that anymore. So they're not being cognitive thinkers. They're not utilizing the brain. So think of the brain. Okay, let me stop real quick. I'm not a neuroscientist or anything. I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying this is what I've read. This is what I believe, okay? That our brain is shrinking. It's like a muscle. It's like a muscle in your arm. If you don't use it, it's going to shrink. Same with the brain. The brain is shrinking. And the less we think and the less we do, the more it will shrink and the less we will become human. Couple that with what Elon Musk is doing, and we want to go and we do all the crazy stuff. We are heading for a very ugly world, I believe, and we're going to have, I truly believe, within the next 200 years, maybe 100 years, but most likely within the next 200 years, the demise of human beings. We will not exist. We will be gone. That's one reason why I want to create utopia. That's one reason I want to create my retreat. I want to have my retreat so we can remain human. I want to do things that humans do. I want to have community. That's what I'm reading my notes. So isolation, we're isolating ourselves, okay? We're not being communal. We're not being in a community anymore. Even with the younger people, they don't want a yard. They don't want a house. They don't want any of that. They just want to live in a pod, in an apartment, which is fine. But you got to have contact with other human beings. You got to have reaction with other human beings. If you don't, we are going to die. We're going to end as a species on this planet. Well, we're going to go to Mars. It's going to make it worse. Because we will be relying on technology. We'll be relying on computers. We'll be relying on robots to do everything for us in another world until we adapt to that world. And when we do adapt to that world, let's say we were to colonize Mars, if we were to adapt that world, the children that we will have there won't be human. They'll be Martian. They will look different. They'll have smaller brains. They'll have smaller bodies. They'll have smaller bone structures because the gravity is different on Mars. They won't be the same. They're not going to be the same as human beings on Earth. It's going to be a different chain of human evolution, if you want to call it. So, isolation over community. How you can stop your brain from shrinking. Do brain things. Do puzzles. Learn another language. Get involved. Here's another thing that I learned from this video. Eat meat. Red meat, liver, eggs. You need to have those nutrients in that meat to keep your brain healthy. You can't live on lettuce and tomatoes and, and vegetables. It ain't going to work. You'll be this big around and your brain will get smaller. I'm just saying. So what I want to focus on is how do we do this? How do I want to do this? I want to build my retreat so people can live naturally, organically. You know, at the retreat, we will raise our own food. We'll raise our own meat. We will prepare our own food, okay? Because if we don't do that and we are relying on fast food and junk food and processed food, that's another area where we're literally destroying the human race. Yeah, I need a drink. I know I'm coming out of the chute blah, 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 a lot, but I want to get it all out there before I really get to the meat of the subject here. Hang on. Rum and Coke. No, root beer and rum. What? So what can you, where's my book? What can you do? So, and the thing also too, there was a segment in that video which I want you to watch, and I'm going to put it in the link below. Why we have Alzheimer's and people get Alzheimer's, because the brain changes and the brain shrinks and we end up having Alzheimer's. I do not remember, maybe it was because I was a kid, but I really do not remember my grandparents or elderly people that got older, back in the 50s, 40s, early 60s, getting Alzheimer's that much or getting dementia that much. They didn't live the life we lived. They lived on fresh food. They make their own food. They prepared their own food. They struggled. So here is really the gist of this video. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. You have to struggle. You have to struggle. You don't have to suffer, but you have to struggle. Always have to have a little struggle in your life. Go to the gym and struggle to get better shape. You know, if you don't want to get up out of the chair and work out, you have to do that. You have to struggle. Excuse me. It doesn't have to be painful. I'm not trying to say we need to live in pain, but we just have to have just a little bit of struggle every day, a little bit of struggle every week. Struggle. Struggle makes you stronger. Struggle makes you use your mind. Struggle makes you think out of the box. Struggle makes you think critically. Struggle keeps you alive. Struggle is survival. You must struggle. I'm not saying you have to suffer. I'm not talking about that. But you must raise the bar. Here's the bar. Here's the bar where you are right now. Okay, in the way you think, and the way you study, and the way you are, your activities, and your day-to-day activities, everything you do, your work, your passions, your hobbies, your friends, your relatives, your relationships with people. There just needs to be a little bit of turmoil, a little bit of struggle, and all that. If not, life's not exciting. If not, you become lazy-minded, lazy completely. You become lazy and you rely on watching YouTube videos. Oh, wait a minute. You got to watch mine. You got to watch mine. I'm just saying, in order to, when we were involved with more community, when we had to deal with grandma's issues, when you had to deal with, oh, I'm not, Uncle Joe's coming over, oh God, I don't want to do it. Those are struggles, but it makes us stronger. It bonds us together as human beings. We've got to have a bonding process. We have to bond with each other. We don't have to like each other. I'm not talking about liking each other. There has to be that bond between human beings. And there has to be that struggle. That's why sports are so important. That's why wrestling, any kind of sport, football, baseball, wrestling, not golf. That's not a struggle. That's a pleasure. But take football. That's why football is so popular with human beings. Because it shows the struggle of man. It shows the struggle of fortitude and fight. Don't ever give up. Fight and make it happen. Win. We must struggle. And I hate it when you go to the Little League fields and everybody gets a trophy. No. If little Johnny lost, he lost. If little Johnny lost, he needed to understand the pain and the feeling of loss. Because when he gets bigger and he has a real loss, like his mother passes away or loses his favorite pet, he's not going to be able to handle it. Get rid of the trophy for everybody concept. We must struggle. And we're heading into a world because it's comfortable for us to want to do that. We're getting into a world where we won't have to ever struggle. Food is there. Comfort is there. Shelter is there. Everything's there. Everything's done for us. If that's happening now, what will it be like in 50 years from now? Robots will be waiting on us hand and foot. That's not living. That is not living. Struggle and searching and seeking is living. Settling in comfort, in pleasure, is not living. Comfort and pleasure is, what's the word I'm looking for? Comfort and pleasure are rewards for the struggle. Pleasure is a reward for struggle. Comfort is a reward for struggle. Having a nice house that's safe from the elements is a reward from struggle. I'm finally getting into it here. Isolation, in quotations, isolation is what we are doing. We are isolating ourselves, our individual, our minds, our bodies, our souls, our spirits, our thoughts, everything about us. We're isolating it. And everybody out there is jumping into this. Our politics are isolating everybody. We're becoming afraid to say anything about politics because of fear of reprisal or being attacked or not being liked or not fitting in. That's politics. Schools, teachers are being isolated. Teachers are being isolated. You can't say this, you can't do that, you can't act this way with your students. The isolation is destroying human beings. Isolation will destroy us. It is destroying us. And it's making your brain smart. Your brain, not your, well, maybe it is. Your brain is shrinking. If you don't want your brain to shrink, eat liver, eat eggs, and your brain won't shrink as much. That's what I'm doing. Eat meat. See these? That teeth there. See that teeth there? Those are incisors. All animals that have these teeth, the fangs, the fang teeth, are meat eaters. Remember that. And if we were to go back millions of years ago, they were bigger than primitive man. Because he ate meat, and he ate meat raw. Don't eat meat raw. Things that we've done over the eons, over the thousands of years, have made us more intelligent. Now we're going backwards. We're becoming unintelligent because we're losing that. We're losing that sense of community. Where is the community? Everything that's being designed today is taking away community. Being online is not a community. Being online is social connection, but it's not emotional. It's not touching somebody. It's not feeling somebody. It's not really, I talk about source all the time on my videos. The source that's in me, the source that's around me, the source, that energy that's in the universe. You can't feel that through a computer screen, that life essence. You can't feel that through my phone. You can get emotional from what I say, but you can't really feel it. You can't really feel source from a tablet, from a computer screen, from a television screen. So all these social media or communities that are out there, that are online, all of the stuff that YouTubers do, including me. Community is a buzzword. It's not really a community. Because I can't come to you, I can't take 5 of you in a group and sit you in front of me and touch you and hold you and really feel your reaction to what I'm saying. If I'm saying something like, well, your brain is shrinking, or whatever, or I say, you really need to not have your child look at a tablet while you're grocery shopping. You're making it a babysitter. I get that. Don't do that, because what you're doing is you're generating the brain to be lazy for that child. If I did that at a group, if I had a group here sitting in front of me, there'd be an immediate reaction. She would either get mad at me, upset with me about what I said, or she would agree with me, or something in the middle. That's what we're losing. We're losing that human touch. We're losing that human touch. And we got these maniacs, billionaire maniacs like Elon Musk, think, oh, we're going to go to Mars. That guy's a total idiot. He's an idiot. The people that have all this money, that want to do all these things, are total idiots. He has no connection to the human spirit. There's no connection. He's got a half a dozen kids by half a dozen different women. It's just a production to him, because he wants to pass on his lineage. He wants to pass on the name, the Musk name. He's not all there. This guy's nuts. Other people that are doing all this kind of stuff, I don't mean nuts. I don't mean clinically nuts. They're off. They're off. You want to go live on Mars? We need today, now, today, to get back to the human contact with people. That's what I want to do at my utopia. Contact. I will literally have classes where people just hug each other, touch each other, look at each other, communicate to each other. And not everybody's going to want to do this. Not everybody's going to want to go to my retreat and do this, because they're going to be the sheep going off the cliff and want to do this bullshit and just live in this cyber world. I am needing a drink. I'm ranting. We are losing human inclusion. I changed shirts and it still doesn't fit me. I don't care. We are losing human connection. We are losing human awareness. Awareness. We are losing our awareness. We are soaking ourselves into self-awareness. It's all about me, my money, how I look, my nails, my hair, my eyes, my skin, my age. That's where we are with awareness in the United States, all over the world. And it's disgusting. On my YouTube channel, on my Threads channel, on my Instagram channel, when I see a video of some girl, look at me, delete. Delete. I was coming back from the dentist the other day and I think I talked about this in my other video. And I got to do a video on it. I was coming back from the dentist the other day. I'm going to the shopping center. I want to go to the store and buy some suntan lotion. Because I was biking. I was getting a little burnt. And out of the 27 stores in that shopping center, 20 of them, maybe 21, 20 of them were vanity-based. Vanity-based. Hair salon. Another store. How to lose weight. Another store. Diet. Another store. Facials and nails. Another store. I'm trying to think. There was just so much. It was overwhelming that it just hit me like so many stores are vanity based. This is about how you look. This is about how you feel. This is about how you should be. This is the perfect woman. This is the perfect man. It's all bullshit. That's another reason why we are becoming isolated. We're becoming shells of ourselves. This is the identity I want to show you. I don't want to show you my true identity. This is the identity I will hide from you. This is the identity I will hide from you. This is the identity I want to show to you, because that's what society says I should look like, I should act like, I should feel like, I should be like. That's not inclusion. That's exclusion. That's pigeonholing yourself into a certain look for human beings. We got to get back, if we don't, we got to get back to an organic, natural communities. Organic, natural communities. Or this that we are living in will keep growing like a festered wound. And we will just be nothing but a facade. We will be a facade of a human being. we will lose our human ability, as with our brains shrinking.